So I thought it might be a good idea for me to process on video. Um, it's June 27th, and pain is the only thing I feel. I feel like I just uh, going through that anniversary hurt hurt so much. I listened to a channeling that said that we are in a period of final cleansing through the end of June. That a that she saw a psychic vision of a deluge of living water just flooding the earth and washing away everything that does not serve. And evidently, she said that she was emotionally purging, that she was having things triggered that she didn't want to think about, that she had to anyway, and that she was just crying and crying and crying. So, evidently, part of this deluge's job is to stir it all up, all the muck, and just to hurt, um, just to hurt and hurt and hurt, because I'm being completely rejected by my own soul. The thought that she's that satanically controlled just, honestly, it's terrifying. But it is really bad down here. And you've got to stop playing Candy Crush and distracting yourself from how bad it is down here, because it's really bad. It's really bad, and people are suffering in horrific ways, and that's one thing I have to remember, is that there are people in prison mines. There are people hanging on crosses. There are people being whipped and being tortured and being raped and locked in holes and being abused in psych wards. There are people that are suffering real harm all the way around the world. And all I'm suffering is emotional pain. Emotional pain. That's all I'm suffering. So I have to be grateful for that and remember that for all those people that are suffering real harm right now, that's why I'm suffering this emotional pain. It's because I'm going to end that suffering. That real harm that's being done to people. That's why I'm suffering this emotional pain and this rejection. I try to just put myself in the place of being the Christ, being introduced to humanity at the turn of the age, and they're not ready, and so they're all rejecting Christ. Well, that's what happens every single time, it turns out. So, no, nothing new happening here. But I happen to be an actual person, and um, I have like these human needs for understanding and compassion and relationship and um God, I can't fucking believe that nobody cares. I'm, I'm not. I'm not just asking for compassion. I get that. I get that. I'm not just asking for compassion. I'm asking for, a paradigm change that you've all prayed for and begged for. And I'm here to bring it. And so I'm asking you to get on board with it with me now. That's what I'm asking. It's not just compassion, but the only way I get that compassion is when you embrace the paradigm change. So until you embrace the paradigm change that you have begged for, that you've prayed for, and that you cry for all the time in church, fucking hypocrites. Fucking hypocrites. Even so come. My kids are not hypocrites. If they were the ones that I was knocking on their door, they would open it. But you go and you pray in your church, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, and then you fight it every step of the way, every time. And this isn't even mine to want. God wants this through me. God wants this through me. So, all of this emotion is just meant to get me to say what I need to say and do what I need to do. So, I'm using it to make this video. I haven't bathed in days, and I don't care. I'm so depressed. Oh, God. Oh. So yeah, I look like shit. And I don't want to do anything about that. Except really dark things that I don't feel like sharing on video. In which I share on Twitter all the time, and everybody's really probably getting very sick of hearing me be suicidal. But that is what the demons scream in my head all the time, you know, so I deal with that all the time. They do have a target on my forehead, and they're just constantly projecting suicidal and self-harming thoughts into my head. Constantly. So, sorry if my suicidality becomes tedious. I have to fight it every day. Every day. You know, Russell talks. I'm not going to talk to you, Russell, because I just can't feel any love. So Russell talks about abstinence one day at a time. Well, I abstain from suicide one day at a time. Now, having no free will, I can't actually act on anything. It's not going to happen. I got those chances out of the way and learned that even though I made some really serious attempts, that no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna happen. No exit clause in this contract. None. No exit clause. Like I said, oh my God, you talk about fucking motivation for getting my ass in front of all the fucking kings that are against God. Yeah, this is my fucking hell world, and I don't get to kill myself and leave. My only recourse for not suffering anymore after 46 years of suffering is to fix this place. I gotta fix it. If I don't fix it, I suffer and suffer and suffer, and I watch everybody else suffer. And now that I can't kill myself at all, and I've been told that I'm gonna be here for a couple thousand years, and that Satan has taken my wife and child, so for 9 months now I've been trying to rescue them from the clutches of Satan. You wanna fucking talk about motivation? This is personal. All the rage and, no, not all the rage and pain of the Christ, because you can't hold it in a human body. But the maximum amount of rage and pain over this situation that Christ feels is channeled through me. Do you have that? No. It's mine. This is personal. This is my mission. This is my quest. This is mine. So, motivation to succeed. Being dropped in your own little personal hell world, and then being denied the ability to kill yourself and exit from it, and then being told, you want it better? Fix it. So that's me. That's my big pep talk. Now, God obviously gives me signs and support all day long and all night long. Duh. You watch it. It happens all day long. And if you're still sitting over there in some kind of fucking denial about that, what the fuck ever, okay? What the fuck ever. Why don't you make them speak for you, huh? Make it all speak for you. Why don't you have it repeat what you're thinking and saying? Then get back to me. So, that's going on. That's happening. I am getting signs and support constantly. And all these books on Jesus that I was led to pick up at the thrift stores, they are all about me. And so you that have read up on Jesus know that. You know that. You have known all along how perfectly aligned I am with Christ's mission. How my mission is what his mission was the symbol for. Wrath. Yeah, wrath. This is not the Messiah I wanted to give to you. Just like when I arrived in Humboldt and I wanted a makeover. I wanted to be clean and sparkly and have, new clothes and makeup and fancy hair. And no, I looked a lot like this. This is what I looked like when I was meeting my indigos. It was perfect. They wanted grunge. They wanted Kurt Cobain. Because that's honest. And it smacks all of that fucking perfection right in the face. Where our jeans are ripped and they're stained. And my indigos, a lot of them don't even believe in washing jeans. So, look at those jeans. That's real filth on there. Yeah, they don't like washing their jeans. They don't like washing their hair. They're like, oh, if you just leave it for a month or two, it sort of washes itself, and then it goes into these dreadlocks. And oh, it's so cool because they show me their dreadlocks and they're like, yeah, there's some lint from my birthday party, and there's like the strings off of this shirt that I bought. The garbage of their lives, the detritus of the lives that they've lived gets woven by God, goddess, time into their completely unwashed hair. Okay, so this is my indigos that I was thinking I wanted to impress with perfect makeup and a smartphone and this shit that I wanted, which would have been completely wrong. So I was stripped down to nothing and thrown out there looking like shit, and they're all like, the Messiah! Of course you're the Messiah! And I got embraced, and it was fucking amazing. So, I wanted to be little happy angel Satina, angel of God, with, let's talk to you, Anthony, since I hear everybody talking about how wonderful it's going to be to go to this God and Country Fest, and I'm not invited. Let's talk about you a little bit and how I wanted to present myself to you. I wanted to be that best friend. I wanted to be what I've been around you all, which has been happy and loving and fucking perfect. That is me. That's not fake. That's happy me. That's happy me when I'm actually being given to a little bit of love in return. That's why I'm so nice around you guys. I was getting loved for the first time. It was really cool to be loved. It's really cool to actually get something back. So that's just happy Satina. Happy Satina is all of those things. Pain brings out a different Satina, brings out the wrath of God. This is not the me I want to be with you. Not at all. Not at all. And honestly, I would have wanted to hide this part of myself from you, so, you know, that's not right. It's not right to hide this part of me from you, because this, you evidently want this too. I mean, obviously with this whole windows open, so you're going to hear stuff. Armageddon Christ. Armageddon Christ has to be a badass, so it's fucking Return of the King time. And so, you need this. You need to know that there is nobody willing to go to the extent that I will go to fulfill this mission. I don't think like a human. I am a god, and I think like a god. And so the fact that I'm going to take on all the pricks that are against God on this planet does not scare me. It is about fucking time. That's all I have to say about that. So, evidently you, Anthony, and the rest of the world who are going to watch this video at any given time that they're going to watch this video need to know who I really am. Because I am angel of God, sparkly, peace, love, sunshine, and baby ducks. Absolutely. When I'm happy. When I'm not in pain. But even when I'm not in pain, I am also an indestructible master of war. I, you know, you look at Alexander the Great, and you're like, okay, that's an indestructible master of war. That's what they look like. I'm that. Absolutely. I'm that in this body. Hiding in this body in order to stay alive this long and do this mission. I had to be not taken seriously. I had to be so fucking unexpected that I was disregarded, ignored, mocked, and blocked. I've been censored to the point where it's my protection, because they did put a gag order on me just when I probably would have started saying things that endangered me if I were in front of too big of an audience. So Facebook took care of that. They blocked my account when I posted my plan. Somebody's paying attention, but not enough. So here I am on Twitter saying shit. No idea why I have been killed. But, well, the only thing is, I'm not being taken seriously. I'm not being taken seriously. And so I can say whatever I want. I can sit here and say whatever I want. Of course, it's not what I want. It's what God wants to say. This is not me talking. I don't get to make those choices. God is speaking through this mouth right now, using my personality so that he sounds like a person, because that's what you wanted. You wanted God to come down and show what his personality was like. What would God be like if he came down in a human body? This, okay? This in all my aspects, but especially this, because I have no free will to get in the way of expressing the purity of his personality and his ideas, his feelings and his thoughts. Because Russell's, you know, probably the closest to God's personality, except that he thinks much faster, talks much faster. Gemini, Aries, Capricorn, you know, seriously. He's meant to be that way. That's the way he's supposed to be, absolutely. But, you know, slow that down, mellow that out, and you've got God. And this personality is just exactly, evidently, what it takes to get this job done. I'm real sorry it's not what you were looking for. I can act like a fucking queen all the time. I can act fucking regal, and I can even use language that I can speak in Talia's diction. She can come through and she can rearrange my language so that it is more befitting of a queen high priestess. And we all know that's not what we want. Alright? So that means I need to get a little respect without acting like that. But I'll do whatever it takes. Because, yeah, here I am, wrathing out. This is not what I wanted. I didn't want to wrath out. It's like fucking Shannon. All I want to do is love her. She just makes me wrath out on her all the time. Well, I guess that's what she needs. I don't want to be bad guy. I don't. I don't enjoy it. I want to be good guy. I want to be best friend you ever had, Christ. I want to be happy, fun, baby duck loving Christ. But that's not all you want, is it? No, you want this. You want this. You want to know that your Christ is a fucking badass. Practically a psycho. Not quite. I ride that line. Because, oh yeah, Christ, we are diagnosed as bi-fucking-polar all the time. Ask my aspects. Bipolar. Which means you're feeling your emotions on a hell world. That's what bipolar can mean. You're tapped into psychic currents and feeling your emotions authentically in a hell world. That's what bipolar means. Plus, your chemical balance has been completely fucked by the toxins in your environment. So yes, you absolutely do have a physical issue if you are bipolar. Sugar, being sugar addicted, that shit makes you bipolar. So you gotta break that addiction. So yes, there are physical components to it. Oh, and absolutely fucking trauma breaks your mind. It fucks your chemicals so that they can never operate right again without fucking divine intervention. Because yeah, I wasn't getting fixed by anything else. No way. Tried 20 some meds. Don't even fucking know anymore how many meds I tried. And therapy, all kinds of therapists. And natural remedies. Oh yeah, and fucking spiritual books up one side and down the other. Energy healing all the time. I was doing all this stuff. Nothing was going to save me except bringing my soul in. Utter redemption was my only salvation. Spiritual healing wasn't going to do it. Nutritional therapy wasn't going to do it. None of therapy, regular therapy, wasn't going to do it. Psychotherapy wasn't going to do it. Medication wasn't going to do it. Marijuana, all by itself, not going to do it. Not going to do it. None of those things could save me. None of them. The only thing that could save me was the full redemption of my soul. Putting my soul completely, fully in charge of my life. That's what saved me. That's what's going to save you. Nothing less than that is going to save humanity. So you better learn how to do it. Learn what I'm even talking about. Because without that, no, you got nothing. You do not have any salvation. You do not have any survival. The timeline, there's going to be two realities happening side by side. As I bring people up into this kingdom of heaven, we're going to watch people fall into the kingdom of hell. Both sides are going to be playing out this drama, this holy war. Some lose, some win. I win. I have already won this one. And I don't want to watch a whole bunch of people fall into the pit of despair and fall on their knees to the devil and then get ground up like trees in a fucking wood chipper. That's not my idea of a good time. But that's what I'm going to watch. That's what you're all going to watch. So, I'm here to cast my net and catch as many as I can to pull up with me, while those who are going to be hosed away in the end fall hard and bad. So, God and Country Fest. First heard of it? Wow, this is going to be so amazing. Like the family gatherings I've never had with my own family because we don't like the same things. But with family that shares my spiritual beliefs and my mission. That's what I thought God and Country Fest was going to be. A couple days away now and not invited. And my van, it's in the shop, so I couldn't even go buy my little old lonesome if I wanted to, which I don't. So now it's a torture device for me. And it's an illusion. It's an illusion because I didn't create the God and Country Fest. I didn't know what was going on, and a few months ago, I wouldn't have had any interest in going to some stupid Christian thing. Yeah. A few months ago, I was fully turned against the Christian church as being a cesspool of hypocrisy and hate and intolerance and ignorance. Now I know that my indigos have come in and completely transformed it with their music. And so it is not, if they are involved, it is not that. And they are involved in this. So at least that part will not be hypocritical. It will be beautiful. It will be teaching the true teachings of Christ in the music. So I want to go. Really want to go. Really want to go. Really want to go. And it's not looking good. So I'm just going to be over here knocking on the door. Hello from the other side. And having a front row seat to watching my family celebrate without me. Wow, that's so unbelievably fun. Excuse me. Again, this is not my plan. None of this is my plan. This mission is not my plan. I didn't choose any of this. I've not chosen anything that's happened to me. I did not choose to call myself the Messiah. Do you fucking really think I'm defrauding you? Do you think I would choose to do this? Do you think anybody would choose to do this? I mean, you'd have to be... It's beyond psychotic, because it's not fun. Why the fuck would I do this if I'm not the Messiah? It's not fun. It's service. It's sacrifice. Sacrifice and more sacrifice. I'm defrauding the world, sacrificing myself. What? God, and you can't fake this shit that's happening, all these fucking thousands of signs and miracles. Whatever. I get it. Sometimes I doubt too. I mean, why would I be getting upset unless there's some kind of doubt in me? I mean, a fear. There has to be a fear that I'm not going to get what I want, or I'd be fine with this. It's like, oh, well, all right, we're doing this, you know? I'd be like Jesus in the movies, who he has a completely different role to play. And so he just, you know, especially spooky Jesus from Jesus of Nazareth, that's spooky Jesus, and he just sits around with his eyes closed meditating and waits for people to come and bug him about something, and then he gives them like this scary look of you really should know better, and tells them some, you know, wise thing, and then they go away and they're like, oh my God, what did Jesus just say? Okay, that's just not my style. And it's not my job. Um, but maybe it is my job to get to that place of, hey, whatever, this is what's happening now. I'm not in a prison mine. I'm not hanging on a cross. Um, I'm not in a psych ward. You know, I have internet. I have my music. I have my videos where I can choose which songs to listen to instead of just being bombarded with salt poured in my wounds all day and then rubbed in. So I can control my environment. I can listen to my own music, which I am listening to. I'm playing a playlist. I told you on Twitter that I was playing it, so maybe some people were playing it with me. And I'm playing it, Run Devil Run, while I make this video. So yeah, and I have it's 100 fucking degrees today, and I've got air conditioning. Don't have my van. Wouldn't want to go anywhere. They said it didn't do anything wrong. It got there, the tow truck dropped it off, they started it up, and they're like, there's nothing wrong with this van. So they were thinking, well, maybe it was because that was the hottest day that I'd ever had it out in, you know, and it had something to do with overheating. So then they tried to get it to overheat, and it's been nice and cool here, so they haven't been able to do it. Well, today it's going to go like at least 100 degrees, so hopefully they'll be able to get my van to act up and figure out what's wrong with it. Anyway, I'm not going anywhere today. But I have air conditioning. I have cool filtered water that comes out of the refrigerator. I have food. I have soft cushions that I have purchased with my money. You know, I have lots of Jesus books. I have God. I have, you know, I have everything I need. I have everything I need. And as long as I ignore the fact that there's a party going on without me, and that my beloved keeps trying to kill me, I can just be where I am with what I have, which is more than what I had before. I used to have to go outside just to get a drink of water, even in the middle of the night, or go pee. I had to go outside, even if it was raining. I had to go outside, um, and I had to go outside to take a bath. It was in another building, and I'm grateful that I have been given everything that I've been given, and that I have everything that I need, and just more and more and more and more. I'm given more and more and more and more all the time. I mean, obviously, you know, this money came in and I bought all kinds of things, and so I'm surrounded with all these little material comforts, and grateful for those. And so I just have to focus on what I have now that I didn't have then, and what I know now that I didn't know then. Just like I told you, Russell, I'll talk to you now, Russell. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard. It's right now. I just I'm like, why do I even make these videos? Nobody's watching them. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about my pain. Nobody's reading. We're writing on the walls and no one's looking. We've answered the call and nobody's there. Help! Help! Oh, do you need our help? Well, we'll be right there. Then we get there and we're like, hey, we're here to help. Did you guys call for help? Fuck you! Get out of here! We don't want your help. Oh, shit. I thought you called for help. I thought you made a 911 call that fucking woke me up. But then we get here to help and you crucify us. But we don't want your help. We don't want your ideas. We don't want to actually change anything. We don't want anything new. Just give us the old and make it work. That's what we want. That's what you're saying. You get how moronic that is, right? How impossible that is. Yeah, I am censoring a whole lot of thoughts that I'm having that God doesn't want me to express. Yeah. So, okay. I'm going to be where I am instead of thinking about where I'd rather be. Because the rather be, it's an illusion until it's given to me. It's just an illusion anyway. I'm an agent. This is not my operation. I am just the agent. I take orders and I execute those orders. And right now my job is to not kill myself. My job is to not do what the voices in my head are telling me to do. Not do what those thoughts that they've targeted on my forehead, this target that is always on my forehead. My job is to ignore those thoughts, to disown those thoughts I don't want to be thinking. That's my job, is to not let them get the better of me. So that's what I'm doing. Alright, that's enough for this video. But maybe I'll make another one. It feels better to talk. Makes me feel not quite so fucking desolately alone on my own planet. Because I know that I will be able to watch this video for me, and then at least I'll be able to talk to somebody who gives a shit about how I feel. Again, because once upon a time I had people that did give a shit about how I felt. Not a lot of people, but a few. I did. I sort of remember what that feels like. Sort of. Mostly now I just know what it feels like to be Christ. And when you're Christ, pretty much the whole fucking world wants you to leave. That's what it feels like to be Christ. The whole fucking world wants you gone. Even while they're singing, "Even so, come!" Again, my indigos, I don't believe that of them. So they're singing that, they mean it. The people singing it in the churches, they don't mean it. They mean get out. Holy Spirit, you're not welcome here. Whatever you do, stay out of our atmosphere. Yeah, that's how people feel about the Christ. Trust me on that. So, it's good as I read all these books on Jesus to figure that out, to find that out. It's not just me, it's Jesus, it's Christ, it's not me. I'm not doing anything wrong. No, I'm just being Christ. When you're Christ on this planet, guess what that gets ya? That's what it gets ya. Nailed. Fucking nailed. That's what it gets ya when you're Christ down here. So, yeah, that's all I'm doing. I'm just being Christ. I'm not doing anything wrong. So, the world crucifies me. It crucifies me. I have no control. No control. No control. I have no control. No control. Not my will, but thine be done. Not my